fellow citizen of the internet, welcome to the Moses Kabandana podcast. Here, I share my story and I hold conversations that are worth having so that hopefully at the end of those conversations, you and I can learn a little something about this whole thing that we call life. And we are live. Well, not really live. We're recording. By the way, this is gonna be, I'm not gonna try to censor nothing or well, I don't know. It depends on how this goes. But my laptop is frying through the windscreen because it's I'm in the Sahara and the sun is busting through, and I'm at the front of the van, so the likelihood that the laptop is gonna overheat is high. So if the interview just drops out of nowhere, not the interview but the podcast drops out of nowhere, that's because laptop got fried. But this is going to be part of a, let's say, I don't know, tentatively monthly, bi-monthly, haven't quite figured that out yet, where I get together with my German brother and talk about, well, whatever crosses our mind. And to start out with this episode, I wanted to touch a little bit more on education, higher education. I mean, we're gonna go all over the place, but I figured since you have one more year, right, in college.
Yes, I got one more year.
Okay, perfect. Since you're coming towards the end of that, and kind of get your insight on how that's coming, and So, for those that don't know you, do you want to give yourself an intro?
Yes, for sure. So I'm Niklas. I'm in Germany right now, and I study business information technology in a uni in Stuttgart, Germany, where the Mercedes is from. I do this. I study in a dual system, so I'm not only at uni, I'm also working. This is not like a part-time job, so it's part of a university that I work. So I got 3 months of work and then 3 months of uni, and this is changing. Is ever changing till my 3 years are done. So I do have a bachelor's degree afterwards, just a normal, regular one, like in every other uni. But yeah. So right now I'm at the end of my second year. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Is that a new thing? Where you have a uni and you're working at the same time? How is that new? Or it's been going around for a minute?
So here in my state, it's called Baden-Württemberg. We've had this for a long time. Like the mother of my girlfriends, she already did that. So when she was younger, but then back then it was called different. It was not a university, I guess so. But now it is more common to do so, and the state is putting a lot of money in the program, so that it's easier to access for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Did you know what you wanted to study before you went in, or that just kind of something that came along the way?
No, so the story is when we met when I was in the US for the first time, I did econ in school because I didn't have that in school before, and then I came back and I switched schools because the year I was in the US in 10th grade, it didn't count here in Germany. So in German schools I had to redo the year because I basically missed one, and yeah, so what I did was switch schools to a business-focused school. On economics, it was focused. So most of my courses were economics-based, and then I did my high school diploma, whatever, at this business high school, more or less. And then I knew I wanted to do something with econ or business or whatever. So in the end, what I ended up doing, since I didn't just want to do business, I thought, okay, what is there courses that you can take, which also have like a computer side of things, I guess. And
Yeah.
that's how I came to business information systems, I guess. Yeah.
Nice, dude. I didn't have a major or even like anything that closely resembled a major until I was like a junior in college. So like I remember like when I finished high school, going to college is just, I don't know what you did, and I had no plan like after high school. So I was like, well, you end up going to college. So but yeah, the idea of having a major or something to, yeah, that didn't come until much later. So it's kind of awesome that you.
Yeah. So here the system is totally different. I think we could talk about this another time, but if we
Yeah.
talk about the whole education system and uni system, just like as a quick information, here it's all, we don't have to pay anything for uni or college. It's all free.
That's
Like,
nice.
okay, you have to pay a fee per year. It's like 200 euros, so it's basically nothing. That's the only thing you pay for uni here. And but when you go into uni, you already have to kind of decide what you're doing. If you go for mathematics or something, and if you go to a normal uni, then you have a basic direction like mathematics or whatever, and then later in the master's degree, most of the people do masters here. If you have a bachelor, you most of the time have a widespread master's and a widespread bachelor's degree without a major, and then you do your master's degree, and in your master's degree you specify what you're doing. Most of the time, you can also do a widespread master's degree. So over, I think the whole field of mathematics, it's way harder if you're not specifying. But yeah, and what I'm doing is, since what I said, the dual system, it's called Dual School of Baden-Württemberg. So just dual school of my state. And there you can only go in with a master's degree, with a specified bachelor's degree with
Okay.
major, because I'm not allowed to take or decide on which courses I take over the
Ah.
course of the 3 years. So it's basically like school all over again. I go there and
Yeah.
they gave me a plan, and I have to do all the things they tell me to do, and I sit
Yeah.
with the same people each course. So it's more like school, I guess, but in the
Yeah.
end it's basically college. And in normal uni you can decide which courses you take, what you find interesting, and you can do totally different stuff from what you're at uni for. But with my uni, it's like you can only take what they tell you you can.
Dude, how are you practicing your English? Because it's still freaking great.
I'm not. I'm not.
Is it tough to find people to practice English on a daily with, or is it just
Yes.
everyone
So
just
I'm not
prefers to use?
practicing at all. Like, no, I think all my friends have a pretty good understanding of English. And if
Yeah.
there's some international stuff to do, like since I worked in Berlin and I'm gonna work in Barcelona the next
Yep.
3 months from May on, I have to talk a lot of English. And meanwhile, I just watch movies and read books, I guess, in English.
Okay.
So that's how
Okay.
I'm
Oh, nice. You got
trying
some
to
Spanish in you?
keep my English alive. Yeah, I gotta learn some Spanish right now. I can say hola.
Dude, and it's you're gonna be in Barcelona for 3 months, right?
Yeah, right. From May till August.
Yeah, you better have more than hola by the end of that 3 months.
Yeah, I bet it. I bet it. Yeah, but for now, I can say hola and uno cerveza, por favor. So I can order a beer. I think that's
Yeah,
enough.
yeah. That's all you need. You got the beer and you got the por favor. That's all you need, man. You're good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
but I think I gotta be careful
yeah.
since I'm gonna be in Barcelona. It's Catalonia. Catalonia is like also a state of
Okay.
Spain, and the Catalonians, they think they're different people and they want to be independent from Spain, since there was the
Ah.
whole war, the
Okay.
Spanish Civil War before the Second World War. There was a whole thing, and the Catalonians, they think they're different than the Spains.
They do speak kind of a slightly different language.
Yeah,
No,
they do.
so
They do.
yeah, be careful then, I guess. I think we drove through Barcelona. I think we stayed in Barcelona like for a day or two. Sylvia, did we stay? We did stay in Barcelona for 2 days, no? For one night. I guess I might have to cut this out of the
Yeah.
episode. I don't know. I will,
Yeah,
dude.
I-
That's great, though. I think I'm gonna run into you in Barcelona. We're kind of tentatively trying to meet you guys in Barcelona during our trip, during y'all's trip.
You heard
Uh,
you heard that Mark and so come to Barcelona as well.
yeah, yeah,
Mark and
yeah,
Niklas
yeah.
and Bianca.
Yeah, that's how I found out about August, and so I was like, okay, cool. That would be awesome to meet you all over there. But it's mid-March right now, and I don't even know where I'm gonna be mid-April. So it's kind of like a long shot from now. But
Yeah, yeah. Right, right.
yeah, tentatively we'll be in Barcelona. We're gonna try to make it, but if we can't, it's gonna be another time. So, is this a program that is like specific for your college slash university, or is it like your school does this, but like a lot of different colleges and universities in Germany do it, but they just have like different variations, depending on the university.
So I guess this program or this university only exists in my state. So you can only do it
Okay.
in Baden-Württemberg in the south of Germany. And it's
Yeah.
only one school who does it like this. And it's,
Yeah.
I guess, the best one, the one that works the best with the system and everything. There's
Yeah.
other dual systems where you can go to uni and work part-time, not part-time, but work as well. So you have a lot of practice.
Yeah.
But those are so like I said, we could do a whole thing about education and
Yeah.
different types of ways how we get into our work life here in
Yeah.
Germany,
Yeah.
since it's way different, I guess, than in the US. But yeah, so there's other systems as well, but they are not as popular as my school. Yeah, but there
Well,
are different
I'm
ones.
asking because like typically you have like vocation schools, and then you have traditional secondary slash tertiary education, like college, university types. But it sounds like with yours is like
What is
it's like
vocation school?
like vocation school is like if I want to be a car mechanic, I go to a vocation school to learn to be a
Okay,
car
yeah, so we got
mechanic,
this too.
right? So like
Yeah, we
it
got that too.
you don't have to spend time taking a class in biology, a class in history, a class in this and that. You go directly to that to the discipline that you're trying to learn, and you do that. It's more of a vocation school, and a lot of vocation schools tend to be more like hands-on. So it sounds like yours, they kind of like combine a little bit of the two, where like because
Yeah.
like you're working, right? Like you're doing
Yes.
whatever it is that you want to do in the workforce. You're doing that now, and on top of that, you're in a somewhat of a traditional college educational, like academic type setting. Yeah.
Yeah. So what the thing is, yeah, it's kind of a vocation school and college combined, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But what we learn is not how, in the end, we use our systems in business information technology, or we don't get like in uni we don't get, oh, somehow we still do like a hands-on approach, but
Yeah.
they teach us the theories and the methods and everything, the whole concepts, and then we have to go to work and work there a little bit, and then all we do basically is write scientific papers on how those concepts and theories can be implemented or can be seen in the workplace. So
Okay.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's not
Yeah.
like I learned how to program and I learn my economic stuff and then I go there and sit and program. You can do this as well. This
Hmm.
also might also be a part depending on the company you work for, or stuff. And but for me right now, it's more like, yeah, I guess
Hmm.
learning theories and everything, and then going back to work and see how those theories apply. Yeah. So it's not like they show you how to do a car or how to build a
Right.
car
Right.
or an engine, and then you go back to work and then you build an engine. It's more like, what's the theory behind the engine? Why should you build the
Yeah.
engine? Why do you build the engine like this? And then you go and see, how are we building the engine like this? What theories do we use? What techniques do we use to build it? Um, yeah.
Would
So
you?
it's more scientific.
Okay, that makes sense. So if that kind of school was not an option, would you have gone? How well do you think you would have done in a traditional college where you let's say you pick a major in let's say I don't know mathematics or computer science, and then you have 4
Yeah,
years
math.
to oh yeah.
So what we say, my school is the hardest. So my school, besides you doing law or anything like medicine and law, I guess are the hardest you can do in Germany.
Hmm.
Um, but besides that, my school is the hardest because of the system, how it works. Because we
Okay.
only have 3 months to do a whole semester. So your guys' semesters are like what, six
Okay.
months sometimes if you have half years. So what you do in 6 months, I basically do in three. I have to do in
Okay.
three, and then so right now my workload, you gotta see, I have to write about 10 papers, which are about 10 to 20 pages long. I have to do
Jeepers.
presentations about them and write three exams, all in 3 months.
That does not sound fun.
Yeah, so mine basically, I don't have free time. I also don't have in Germany in the normal uni.
Yeah.
I make myself free time. That's not the problem. I'm like loose with my uni stuff. That's not the problem. But other
Okay.
people, if they study in my school, they say, well, free time for 3 years, you can like give it to the toilet or something, but you don't have
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Like it's hard. I think I would have made it in normal uni as well. I would have had more free time. Here in the unis, we have after each semester we have like a month or two of free time
Okay.
to work.
Yeah.
Um, After each exam period, there's a free time summer break, I guess, or winter break. It's always 2 months, and those we don't have. So in the end, all we do is work or go to uni, and we can only we have like normal holidays from work, since it's the labor laws here. We have to
Hmm.
have at least 30 days per year,
Nice.
vacation, paid vacation. And so what I do is I got to take my 30 days during my 6 months period each year where I am at work.
30 days of paid vacation, huh? That sounds good. I don't think that's, yeah, I don't think that's a
That's not a
thing in
thing
the
in the US.
States. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, but
no,
here it's
no.
minimum. Most of the people have more, since the standard labor laws is 30 days.
Wow.
But if you're in labor unions, most of the time you get more, since the labor unions are pretty strong, I guess. And also the fun, yeah. Then we have also like special days off. We get off for example, if you're moving, you get 1 day off. If you're marrying, you get 1 day off. Some companies,
Nice.
if you have your birthday, you get 1 day off. So there's a bunch of special days off. Plus, you get extra
Ah,
payments for basically everything. So right now, since I'm in college in uni,
yeah.
I get 200 euros. That's it, for nothing,
Nice.
just being in college, because this is a payment the state makes to us for since our gas prices and everything are so high, living costs
Mm.
have risen
Yep.
because
Yep.
of Ukraine, and since we get all our gas from Russia and they
Yep.
stopped
Yep.
doing that, so the gas prices are high. So yeah, because of that, the state decided to give every college student in Germany 200 euros.
$200, man. Wow. Would you recommend this kind of university for everybody? Or you think it's like
Mine,
you gotta be a certain kind of person slash
you gotta be a certain.
student?
I think you gotta be a certain kind. So I have friends in normal uni, and they do
Yeah,
nothing. They don't
yeah,
do shit, since um, they don't have to. You don't have to go to your courses. You don't
yeah.
have to attend. You just have to meet your deadlines where you have to hand
Okay.
in papers or go
Yep.
do exams or anything. But
Yep.
other than that, you don't have to be in one single course, ever be there. And with me,
Mm.
I have attendance. So if
Okay.
I don't, since I basically work during uni time as well, I have
Yeah. Yeah.
a contract for this time as well. I get paid
Mm.
for being in uni. They say, okay, you just as well as you just can't go to work, you also just can't go to uni. So it's not allowed.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's
So
tough.
I have to have perfect attendance. If I don't attend, I either gotta be sick or I can be fired.
Oh, like wait, like you can get kicked out of the school.
Yeah, they terminate my contract with work, and if they terminate my contract with work,
And then you're
I'm
out.
kicked out of the school. I can only go to the school because I have a contract with my workplace.
Okay. Mm.
So you also the application is way different. Normally you
Okay.
apply at the university or college you want to go to.
Yeah.
Here you apply at the job like you do it every other job, do job interviews and everything. And if they want you, they sign you up at the university, not yourself. You yourself only apply for
Okay.
at the job.
Dang. Okay, that is pretty tough. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty tough.
And another
Jeepers.
thing is, so there's a lot of entrance barriers, you can say, I guess, because you got to be motivated since you don't have that much time off. You
Yep.
have to work a little bit more. You have to work in general. Some people in my age don't want to work right now. They
Yep.
rather
Yep.
hang loose and, I guess, drink beer or something.
Yep.
Um, so you got to be motivated, and then you have to apply with your high school. How do you call it? The paper you get with all your grades?
The transcript.
Yeah, the transcript.
Yep.
So you gotta apply with your transcript from 11th grade. So we have about 12 or 13 years of school here in Germany,
Yeah.
and you gotta apply if you wanna start straight after school with this kind of uni I do. You gotta apply 1 year before, because the
Oh.
application process is this long. It's about one
Okay.
year, and if you don't do it 1 year before, you don't get a spot
Okay.
in any company or at the uni. So that's why in the end you gotta apply like 1 year before with your transcript from 11th grade. And some people are bad in 11th grade and then you can't do it.
Yeah. So then this one year that you have left then is it more of like an easier transition into the workforce, or is just it's even is it the same? Is it worse?
No. So yeah, it's the same as everybody else then. So I then have a job and a place in uni,
Yeah.
but I still have to perform well
Yeah.
because they can terminate. This is what you then get is a contract on, I don't know how you call it,
Mm.
like
Okay. Okay.
test contract more or less. So they
Yeah.
can still terminate it if you then I still have to finish high school since it's 11th grade, it goes till 12. I have to finish high school in one more year, and in the end of 12th grade we have the hardest final exams there are. So we have like exams in the end of 12th grade, and if I fail them, I fail my whole high school.
Oh.
If I fail those final exams in 12th grade, I fail high school. And so they can still, if I fail high school, they can still terminate my contract before I even started.
Okay. Okay. Man. Okay.
And
So
then I don't
we're
get into this.
yeah. We're almost 25 minutes in, and I haven't even asked like a normal introduction way, like who who are you, what's your name, where you grew up, what's the relationship here. I didn't go into any of that. and we're like, almost half hour in. So if you can take like a couple of minutes to be, give like a more of like a, where you grew up, like a basic intro type.
Okay, yeah, so back to my intro from earlier. I think I already said some things. I'm from Stuttgart and I grew up here. I grew up in the suburbs of Stuttgart, like half an hour out. Stuttgart is the main city of my state, Baden-Württemberg. Uh,
Yep.
and I think we're about 500,000, 300,000, not a million. So we're not,
Okay.
we're big, but not that big. Uh,
Did you grow up speaking English?
no, I didn't.
When
So
did I?
when I grew up, I only spoke German, and
Yeah.
I learned English when I came to the US, I guess. I learned English in school, but my English was not good. And then I went in 10th grade, so I think it was like sophomore year in high school. I went to
Yeah.
the US and stay with most parents there,
Yeah.
foster parents. And then I was there for a year, learned English, came back, switched schools, finished school here, and then I went to this uni we were talking about. So yeah.
What was the
And yeah,
transition like for you? Like from going from a German high school. So you did freshman in Germany, and then you did sophomore year in the States.
yeah.
What would you say was like the hardest part of the transition?
Going to the US and
Like
so
as far as
my English
school.
classes were hard. My English classes were shit. I was just getting, I think, ease in English, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Since especially I was in an English course and they were learning old English words and uncommon English words, and so
Okay.
the natives barely knew the words and I didn't
Right.
know them for shit. I
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
remember them. It was so hard. So I think English was hard. It was hard to be accepted, I think, in the social part of it all.
Yep. Yep.
Um, since I think a close friend of mine who lived in the same neighborhood, he was a junior, so he was 1 year above me. So I mostly had to do stuff with him. But
Mm.
then at school, he wasn't in any of my classes or anything. So
Right.
it was a totally different social situation. Once I got to school, outside of school, it was fine since I was with him and his friends, and he did cross country with me and everything.
Yeah. So wait,
But at school,
con
yeah, it was hard.
conversationally, how did like the English that you had learned somewhat in school in Germany, like how much of it was it in a day-to-day use in your peers, in your classmates in the States? Like were you able to use much?
Also, I could use the basic stuff, but
Yeah.
I learned, I guess, pretty quick with. So I started
Yeah.
using words without me knowing what the words mean. Uh,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that was a big part of it. I knew the context the words were used in, so I just
Yeah.
used the words I knew, plus the words I didn't knew. But
Dude,
I
that's the
think
best
this
way.
turned out great in the end. I had fun, such a great time. Yeah, I'm still in touch with some of the people, few and
Okay.
fewer, but
Yep.
still
Yep.
some.
That's yeah. That for on the language side, that's like the best way to learn. Cause like I'm in Morocco right now. I don't speak French to save my own life. But when I'm going out to like to buy a piece of bread, or we're trying to I don't know, just navigate the city or something, and you run into somebody that doesn't speak much English. I have like if I have like 5 words in French, I'll pull all those out, and I just good luck to me and good luck to them. But like
So you ne tu parles pas français?
no, zero, nothing. Nothing, dude. But it's starting to get better a little bit. It's like the more that I engage with people, the more that I hear it, the more that I like. So when I'm texting, I'll go to like I'll use the Google Translate, write it in English, and then copy the translated version in French. But just even exposing my eyes to how it's written, and then hearing it being spoken occasionally, it's like okay, I know that word.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's what I do to keep my English up. since I just read and watch movies in English. I think right now I'm watching a lot of British stuff and hearing a lot of British stuff.
Yeah,
Really different, but I think I still understand everything. And the funniest
dude.
part is when I talk with my parents or stuff, and
Yeah.
we trying to watch a movie together. I want to watch it in English because the German dubbed version is, well, you can't watch it. It's not watchable. Well,
Yeah.
you can, but for me, you see that the mouth moves different than what they're saying,
Yep.
and so I always try to watch stuff in English. My parents can't. Well, they
Okay.
can, but they don't want to. And sometimes my dad tries to watch it in English, and then halfway through the movie, he's like, "Oh, I gotta switch." And my dad
Yeah.
already speaks great English. It's not that
Yeah.
he doesn't speak any English, but for
Right.
him,
Right.
understanding, since it's not daily, is really hard.
It's tough. It's tough. Yo, since you're like into like the British shows and whatnot, I'm watching this one called Peaky Blinders. Dude,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
tough to hear. Like the first 3 episodes, you might as well be listening to, I don't know, gibberish. But you slowly
Yeah.
start to understand, okay, this is what you're saying. This is what they're saying. But like, yeah, it's like old-ish English from England, and then I think they mixed with some like Scottish accents.
And Irish.
Irish, okay, okay. Do you know that show, Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So Netflix, yeah, I watched like half of it, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, I just started watching it. I finished season 1. I'm about to start season 2. I'm mad excited, but yeah, just the first 3. I almost give out in the first 3 episodes because I was like, "What are they saying?" I swear, like I don't. It's got to be in a different
Yeah, for me
language.
it was really hard too.
Yeah, yeah. So now that like like when you finished high school, you wait, did you have a year? Did you took a gap year,
No,
or
that's
was
what
it?
I was saying earlier. Since had to apply this early for the school I'm going to now for the uni, I couldn't
Okay,
do a gap year. I had like a month between school and uni.
okay, okay. And when you went from that one year that you did in the States, did you lose a lot of high school friends because they went to junior year, and then when you came back, you went to sophomore year after a whole year that had gone by? Like, did that mix things up, or was it just like
I guess so. It would be a problem if it would be the other way around. So I was in the US and then I went to Germany for a year and then came back to the US because there all my friends were spread out. So if I didn't have a car or didn't have time to go there, I couldn't see them.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
I came back here and all my friends live like I think a kilometer away max. So
okay,
I
yep,
could
yep,
walk to them.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
most of them are just like 500 meters, if even so. Um,
okay,
so they're close and we were friends outside of school before, and we're still friends now. Um, so this wasn't a problem. I think my friend group got smaller maybe a bit, but it only sorted out those people I didn't have to do it.
okay. What about
I didn't have to
after high
with
school
them anyways.
finished?
So they finished 1 year before me. I had
Yeah.
to do one more year, and I was on a different school afterwards. So, but
Yeah.
that wasn't a problem because it was right in between COVID. So when COVID was at its highest and we were in and out of lockdowns.
Yep.
So they already started uni, most of them. And normally they would have been somewhere else. There would have been, one is, I think 2 hours away, one is an hour away, and so.
Right.
But
Right.
since COVID was, everybody was home anyways. And so what we just did, we would go on walks outside as we could.
Okay.
And
Yep. Yep.
right after COVID was done, the first, I think, 3 months, they were still here, and then there was break for them, so they were here till the end of my school year. So basically, they
Okay.
didn't go anywhere. They were still 500 meters away from me for my last year of school.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
So
But
there was no difference.
like now that you're in uni and you have another year and all the other friends are all over the place in different colleges, like are you still able to maintain that friendship, or the pool has gotten even a bit smaller?
No, so the pool has stayed the same since I'm back from the US, I guess.
Yeah.
Since I'm back from the US, it's always been the same. I think 8 friends One is
Okay.
in Berlin now, so he's really far away. But since I was in Berlin for 3 months, I kept in touch with him really well.
Okay.
I was just hanging with him when I was in Berlin. Right now, we are in great touch over WhatsApp, I guess. He's doing music and stuff. It's great.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I talk a lot about music with him on a regular basis, I guess. And all my other friends just actually came back to where I live now because
Okay.
they have to do some. So in our uni system, it's normal that you do half a year of work, like
Okay. Okay.
an internship. It's a mandatory internship for uni. So right
Ah.
now they're back for their mandatory internship since they work at Mercedes and Bosch. You know Bosch
Okay.
Power Tools?
Yeah, they're expensive as shit. Excuse my
Yeah.
German.
So yes, yeah. But Bosch does this, and they do car parts. They're
Yep.
for Mercedes, I guess, also. And since they do their internships here in Stuttgart with these big firms, they're
Yep.
back. So I see them a lot
Nice.
right now. So it's no problem. And it hasn't been also if they were away. I think we stay in touch great.
Okay. I think when last time I came to visit you, one of your friends came back into town for a no, for another soccer game, volleyball. Oh, he
Yeah,
had
yeah, that
missed the
was Tim.
volleyball. That was
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's
He's
kind of
in Constance normally. You know, Constance
okay.
is at the big lake in the south. It's the lake between Switzerland and France, I guess, has a part, and Austria, and
Mm,
no, France doesn't. Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. So it's three countries on this one lake. It's the biggest I think we have in Europe, but I think it's still smaller than Lake Huron or something. So the smallest of the
okay.
Great Lakes,
Yeah.
but it's, the biggest we have here. And yeah, he lives right next to that lake, I guess,
That's
and
like a
he,
couple hours
he
in train, right?
it's 2 hours on the train,
2 hours
one and
in
a
train.
half
Okay.
hours.
Okay.
Well, not even have 1.5 hours by
1.5
car, I
hours.
guess. Not that far. But he's back here in Stuttgart right now for his internship at Mercedes.
Okay. So for someone that's like about to finish high school, thinking college, and they happen to be in the same education system that you're in Germany, what would you advise someone that's thinking of college, no college, vocation slash Euro kind of school, like yeah, what would you advise someone that's going through that?
Do a gap year. For
Yeah,
now, we finish. So in Germany, we finish. In the US, I guess as well. We finish school after 12 years. Maybe then most of the people are 17, 18 when they finish.
yeah, yep,
You're young as hell. You
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
do a gap year, try something, work a little bit, do an internship, whatever,
Yep.
and then maybe apply right after school for something like I do. If you want to work,
Mm,
if you're passionate about something, don't do it because you want to try it, because you lose a lot of time doing it, because it's hard to transfer
okay.
if you don't make it. It's hard to so if
Mm,
you get accepted and then in the end it's too hard and you want to transfer, it's harder than transferring from any other school to another. Um,
okay.
and if you get kicked out because you're too bad, it's even harder. Um,
Mm,
but do a gap year if you know what you want to do afterwards. If you're passionate about something like computer marketing or medicine,
yeah.
I think all the social fields we have as well. So we can do a lot of stuff here. And if you're passionate, do it. If you want to work, do it. What I do is great. You get a lot of money. Um,
Okay.
but you got to be in the clear that you don't have a lot of free time.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
it already always depends on how much free time you make yourself. I make myself a lot of free time, so it's, I think, all right. I have to work at night then, so yeah, that's my
Man.
compromise.
Okay.
Um, but
That
otherwise, go to a normal uni, try something you think you like. If you don't like it, you can just transfer. It's way easier
transfer.
if you're on a normal uni. Way easier.
Okay. So take a gap year, man. Like that probably applies to somebody out there, for sure. For me though, it's like when I was in high school, like summers. Obviously, I look forward towards the summer. But by the time the school would begin, I would like basically forgot how to read because it's like I'd have to like relearn a lot of stuff, man. And so if I were, that was one of the reasons why, like in my head, when I finished high school, the idea of taking a gap year was like, yeah, no, because if I were to take a gap year, the idea that I would come back to sitting in a classroom, bro, forget it. For sure, I'd have forgotten how to read. For sure, if I went a whole year without. I mean, I'm being facetious, but yeah, it for me, even though like I didn't know what I wanted to do, I was like, okay, because we don't like school, we meaning me, myself, and I don't like school, and things don't come necessarily that easily on the academic front. If I take some time off, longer than a summer, it's really gonna be hard to like find myself sitting in front of a desk and listening to someone go ñoñoro ñoñoro for 40 minutes, an hour. Oh, that would be tough. But in retrospect, at the same time, it's like it's probably not a bad idea too. Like if that doesn't apply to you, right? If the idea of going back into a classroom does not like make you super afraid, then yeah, taking your time, slowing down. You just finished high school, you're 18, you're 19, 17, chill, take a gap year, go travel if you can, try new things.
Yeah.
Hell, you can take two. By the time you restart over, you're 19, 20. You still basically just 2 days ago you were still sucking your thumb, so you're still young, so you're fine.
Yeah, I
But
guess
yeah,
so as well.
what? Did you
What
freeze?
is it?
Okay.
No?
No. I think I saw a cat going in the corner of my eye. Did I show you that I'm in the desert, by the way? Hold on, let me see if I can squeeze a whole laptop through the screen. But we're
So
oh,
jealous.
wait, hold on. It's got some never mind. It's got some effect stuff going on there. You can't quite see. Excuse me. But yeah, it gets hot here, man. It gets really hot. But if you ever get a chance to come to Morocco, my dude, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I would
Good
have. I would
stuff.
have if I had more time. But right now I'm like
Yeah.
all up in my exams. As I said earlier, I have a lot of stuff to do, and
Yeah.
that's otherwise I would have come. I already looked at planes.
Yeah, man. If you have some time, man, it's yeah. And we live in 1985. It's a German car actually. It's a German motorhome, a Heimer Mobile. I think they just went bankrupt this year, a year ago. Uh, but yeah, 1985. Like she's got really old parts, and uh, like a lot of cars nowadays are like super computerized. So having the option to like anywhere that we go, you're gonna find somebody that's gonna be able to work on it. But to find the parts from 1985, that's the
That's
hard
hard.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
hard
So
part.
so so how was it for you? Since like you finished uni, I think it was 4 years ago, 5.
Dude, yeah, almost 5, man. I'm old as that's crazy.
That's crazy. So you finished
Wow.
right after I left, I guess, the US, right? I
Yeah, I
was
grew.
there for your finishing video projects and stuff.
Yeah, I finished in 2018 May. Well, technically December because I ended up doing an internship in LA, and you came to visit me like a year after, a year after that.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so like in a sense, I ended up designing my own major ish because I loved the video work, but also loved the whole computer science side of things. But I was super terrible at coding. And then at some point, I got interested in information systems. So I ended up creating this salad of courses that allowed me to take like 300 level course in courses in film and media, some 300 level courses in information systems, and some intermediate courses in data analysis and entry level courses in computer programming. So it was like, okay, the things that I really, really liked, but I sucked at them and they just really did not come easy. That was the computer science. I took like the lower end of it, but the 300 level courses in information systems kind of created a nice bridge, because it's not exactly computer science, it's not even close to computer science, but you learn it's tied to it in a way that it kind of it eases you into it in some ways. So,
Yeah.
for example, like if you're learning if you're learning about I don't know how to manage a database, you gonna end up learning a little bit of SQL, which is
I'm learning right now as well.
yeah, okay. So it's a structured query language, and it's not. It is coding, but it's looked down upon in the coding communities. You would not call yourself a programmer because you know how to write. I mean, you can depending on how deep you're into it. And I love film. I love cameras and telling stories, and so I ended up.
So essentially, we did similar things besides the film part of things. I think the computer science is
Yeah.
a lot of similar stuff you did in college than what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And I think what was it, the years after you did everything. You did a bunch of film stuff as an actor, not as a producer or director kind of stuff, and you did some coding, right?
Yes, that was like towards my senior year. Yeah, that was in my senior year because I did a lot of SQL in my senior year, but it was heavy in film, heavily in film, and I ended up doing an internship class type thing in LA, uh, where I did more on the directing side, and I did a little bit of acting on the side there too as well. But yeah, senior year was pretty heavy. It was pretty. I don't know why I chose senior year to make it so heavy, because then I think I was also working 3 jobs at the time. Why? I don't know.
You were
I was still at Best Buy,
you were doing
and
Uber and Lyft.
yeah, Uber and Lyft, and then on the weekends I was a security guard. So, and then I think I was taking 16 or 17 credits. So yeah, decided to drown myself in work.
Okay, personal question real quick. Do you still have your
Yeah.
small little tiny car?
Yo, I do. It's
No way!
it's okay. So like when I left LA, I didn't know that I was gonna be gone for a whole year. I just thought I'm going to Portugal for I don't know 3 months. Maybe that was the idea, and then come back and continue doing I don't know whatever came about. Dude, my laptop is about to die. What the shit? Okay, excuse my German. But so I left with a good friend of mine. Shout out to Peter Augustine if you're watching this. Peter Struby as well. So he's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna watch your car while you're gone, and he's a big surfer, so he recommended me to go to this Nazaré in Portugal, place where there's like tons of waves and tons of surfers, and so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna watch your car for those 3 months, dude. It's been over a year. It's been well over a year, like a year and a half, going on 2 years almost. And yeah, he's still, yeah, shout out to you, Peter. It's like, he's still watching, man. But I think we're in the process of selling it because I don't know when I'll go back. So it just doesn't make any sense for him to keep to keep watching it. So we're in the process of trying to sell it, and but yeah, it was a good
I
car.
yeah. For context, I think so. Mo and I met each other on my year in the U.S. with his foster parents and my host parents, and
Yeah.
he had a bunch of cars he paid under $1,000 for, and then once he made the investment to buy a little bit of a more expensive car, I think it was in the end it was 3,000 he paid
Yeah,
for it.
3,400.
Yeah, so it was his biggest investment in a car yet. The other cars
Yeah.
he only had, I think, for about a year most of the time. This
Yeah.
one he's been having now for then going on 5, 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years, I think. Yeah.
So
Wow.
I guess been the longest car, and we've drove in it for many times. We drove from LA to San
San
Francisco together
Francisco.
and back,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
made a couple cross country trips with it. So we share a lot of memories, I guess, with this car.
Yeah.
I was there
Wait.
when you bought it.
Yeah. Did we not go to Cleveland with it? Did we go to
Yeah, we went
Cleveland
to
with it?
Cleveland with
Yes.
it. Yeah, right.
Okay.
So from Grand Rapids to Cleveland, and
Yeah.
I guess yeah.
Yeah.
So and also Mo and my interests are mostly the same. We did a lot of
Yeah.
photography, videography together.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the computer science side of things, maybe you could say it's been influenced by you that I'm now doing
Yeah.
computer science in uni as well,
Okay.
since I learned some stuff from you. We did some filming together. Remember the frisbee game, the ultimate frisbee
Yeah,
game we
dude.
filmed together?
Yeah, yeah. We also recorded that. I still haven't edited. I have the footage. The Super Bowl, the Super Bowl hyper video that we made. Like we
Oh
tied
yeah,
that GoPro on a football. I have all the
yeah,
shots. I still have all the shots. I don't know if I've edited it yet. I don't think so.
it's so funny. So we made a bunch of videos together. I think they're on up on his YouTube, and some are up on mine. I think on your old YouTube channel. Some are up on mine. Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of stuff together, and
Yeah.
I think now we're here talking some stuff about us and education. Right now, it was a lot about my education.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. Maybe we get more into the systems, but I think we do similar things. Have a lot of similar interests. He a lot
Yep.
older than me. He could be, I don't know, almost my dad.
Dude, in my defense, though, you've been 19 for like 6 years, so that doesn't count, man. There's
I'm
no way.
21, fucker. I'm 21, fucker.
20,
Finally
okay.
21. Well, I'm turning
Okay.
22 this year, but
Bet.
only in December. So
Bet.
it's gonna be a time till I'm 22. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we met I think when I was 15. So guess how
You
long
were
it was?
15?
Yeah, we
Dude,
met
that's
when I was 15.
crazy. That's crazy. What
It's
the?
been such a
Okay.
long time. It's been
Wow.
such a long
I thought
time.
you were like at least 17. That's why I'm like, you've been 19 for too long. But you were
Nah, man, I
okay.
was 15 when I came over. I
Okay.
turned 16 in December. That year I was there. I turned 16 in the States, and we were in Seattle when I turned 16. Well, we were on the flight to Seattle most of the day when I turned 16. So yeah,
Nice, dang. Hey, we need to continue doing this like maybe like every other month or every month or some. We figure out like a main topic type, but we don't have to stick to like super strict timeline or particular topic. But like you said, we have similar interests and we like to keep it real. When I talk about things
yeah,
and we have this the idea of like life, you're always learning something, and a lot of the
yeah,
learning happens within conversations, transparent conversations. So if we can have these kinds of conversations, you're in Germany, you're from Germany, born in, and raised, and I was born in Rwanda and grew up in Mozambique in the States, and so we there's a lot of bridges that we what do you call, what do you say, gap. There's a lot of gap that we bridge, a lot of gaps that we
yes,
bridge
yeah.
there.
There we go.
So yeah, we can continue having these conversations that are worth having. And yeah, we might have in the next episode, who knows when, but hopefully much sooner
Yeah,
than later. My lap, dude, I need to be like more better at planning. My battery is like 6%.
yeah.
But
So I
yeah,
guess yeah, we're gonna have more podcasts. I think it's a good idea that we too have a podcast. Somewhat we're very different, but
yeah,
similar interests, I think similar views on life as well, in somewhat
yeah.
way, and yeah, but still very different stages in life. Since I'm still in uni and you are, I don't know where the fuck you are.
Um,
But yeah, I think it's interesting that we talk about stuff, and I think this was kind of an intro episode where I
yep,
introed myself for the first time, or talked some about himself as well. ask me some questions. I think we're gonna get into some more conversations next time.
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming to this episode, man. And
Thank you very much.
until next one, man. Peace.
To the next one. Peace.
Let me see. So I hit finish here. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode, and I will see you in the next one.